What's good, people? Hello, everybody. Oh my God, it's been forever. I've lived 2 lifetimes since we last recorded,
I've aged a million years.
and it was last week. Was it last week? It was last week.
We recorded.
That's insane. That is insane. I traveled to a bar, which is almost a destination for me.
I traveled to Rome.
You traveled to Rome.
which is a real.
That's a real destination. I think that's a good Rome, good place. One of my, I'd say, top 2 cities in the world I've visited so far.
Oh, no, not for me.
Number 1, Porto.
But in terms ranking for what? For beauty,
For beauty, for architecture, and overall beauty in the city.
Okay, then for me it's number 1. I've been to Porto. I prefer Rome, but I usually rank them more like if I would live there. And bro,
Yeah, Rome is
like,
rough to live.
dude, Romans drive worse than Peruvians.
Yeah, it's just like
It's savagery, bro. In the first half an hour there, I committed 50 traffic violations.
Did you drive?
I took a scooter and I realized that if I didn't like cross red lights and shit like that, I saw everyone doing it all around me, like the cars. Everyone's just committing crimes,
Just running red light.
running red lights, bro, 24/7, bro. Like fucking crossing these like roundabouts, the ones with the million cars that are dangerous. Just crossing that shit and like telling the car like, "Yo, fuck off." Like with the scooter, man, it was insane. At one point, I committed a crime in front of a police officer, and he was more.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you for saving it. I had to make a choice.
Yeah.
I had to make a choice, and it was my wet butt cheek versus
The wet couch cheek. Yeah, just
if Bruno's boss sees this never happened.
this never happened.
Can we just flip it?
Yeah, I think so. We'll edit this out.
Well, you know what this really reveals? Somebody has been partying in the office.
Oh shit, no.
Okay, well,
This is a like from another office.
sure.
Yeah, I think we can sit. You can sit there and we can flip it after the app. God. Okay, so what was I saying? I committed a crime in front of a police officer. And not that much water spilled out, actually. I was in a roundabout and I was really confused as to where I had to cross. So I just at some point like fucking zoom into the middle of into the circle and just took the crosswalk instead of like the part for the cars.
Yeah.
And by doing that, I cut off a police officer, and he didn't like look at me like, "What are you doing? Why are you committing a crime?"
He looked at you proud.
He was more like, "Why are you making me late?"
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
He was like, not like, he was like, "Why are you wasting my time?" Which for me was like, in my head, I was like, dude, if I was in Germany, I would have gotten not even fined, but arrested.
Yeah,
already.
you
Like,
would have been removed.
yeah, I would have been removed like from public life, basically.
Yeah.
It was very fun. But so yeah, I wouldn't live in Rome, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I like it.
I rank them for like livable like cities, and I would say Lisbon, Berlin, and Barcelona are my 3 favorite cities. I don't know which order. I think
Livable, yeah. I've never ranked them like this.
because I don't know. I'm like beauty is fleeting, you know. Beauty's like super fish.
No, I don't think so.
Dude, you would commit suicide within living in Rome for 2 weeks
Why?
because of the traffic violations and all that. chaos.
No. I thrive in that because I adapt very fast. Like I do the same shit you do. Like 2 days. 2 days I drive like a savage. you know what I realized? Like I had this Saturday, I was like, I gotta be a little bit more careful because what happened was, I don't even know like at what point this is not like there was.
This is not admissible in court.
Yeah.
It's a comedy.
It's a joke. This didn't really happen in a story. Hypothetically, I ran a red light with a bike, and then I was like everything started moving. Like the trains came, and like the tram and the cars, and I managed to get past the tram but the cars were too fast. So what happened is I was drifting with the bike across the tram tracks as the cars were passing, and then I was just sliding through traffic.
Holy.
And I was like, yeah, I should chill a little bit. Like, a spot is important, but if I die, I don't make it to the spot at all. That was like I made Rome in Berlin.
Yeah, that was you saw your life flash before you for sure. That's oh my.
Even the guy who drove the Mercedes was like, brother, like,
Yeah,
I
man.
know you're whipping this next bike, but you gotta be careful drifting around these streets.
Oh man, I had one scare like that, like driving a bike. I think it was back from work, not even to a spot, and like, I didn't notice the light was red, and I was half crossing the street, and a car just stopped. Like I would have killed you if I wasn't paying attention, and it would have been your fault. And I was like, oh no, actually, I wasn't biking. I was actually just walking, which just makes it worse.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh God. And after that, I've been like extra careful. But
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how little it takes
to die.
Yeah, especially in traffic. Like you don't pay attention.
The name of the episode: the boys encounter the fragility of life, bro.
The fragility of life and public transport in major cities, urban areas.
Rome was gorgeous.
Rome was gorgeous.
So beautiful. Like it's insane how much just beautiful shit there is.
Oh, it's so nice.
One of many realizations I had is if the Romans and like the Vatican hadn't built such beautiful shit, their descendants would be broke right now. Like I realized that it's like a great grandfather's inheritance.
Yeah.
But like
they're paying it forward
at a national level, where it's like they're sugar daddying their own like descendants' economy. Because if they like, I realized how many jobs in Italy, or at least in Rome, exist just due to tourism.
Oh,
And I was like, holy like all of this, especially because most of it is just useless at this point.
yeah.
Like the Colosseum, all these like fountains or whatever, they're just gorgeous, but they're useless in like practical terms. So it's like a thing of like they are giving Italians jobs, and that's it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that they were rich at some point, Italy would be like half as rich as they are right now.
Yeah, I think that's a crazy job, like a tourist guide, because what you're doing is you're like, listen, this is what happened here. That's it. Like you just repeat shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it made me realize I was like I had so many thoughts about this. I was like, tourism, first of all, it's a scam. It not tourism in the idea of traveling, but the way it exists right now, where it's like you go places that you don't really give a shit about.
Uh-huh.
You go to the important places there. They force you to sit through a history class.
Yeah.
When in school you hated history and you avoided it. Unless you're like a crazy history person, in that case I get it. But the majority of people, you're just like, oh, I'm in Rome, I have to do this, and that. And in reality, you don't give a shit about the Colosseum. You don't care about gladiators. You don't like, it's like you're just there because everyone's there, and when you're in Rome, that's what you're supposed to do. And it was like, dude, I was like, this is like, it's like sheep. People just follow the.
I stopped doing it. I go to cities now and I look at the things that I really want to see and I don't care. And when people are like, "Oh, did you go to X, Y, and Z?" I'm like, "No." And I did. Like that's the thing. People go to these places just to tell other people when they're back home that they went to the places that everybody went to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't care enough anymore. I go out and I drink with the locals if I can, and then usually they show you some cool secret places, and that's like I want to experience the city like a local. I don't want to be with all the tourists and eat a schnitzel in the middle of Italy.
Yeah.
No, I don't give a shit. I want to go to the dingy places that you guys think are awesome, and then you go there and you're like, like the places where they're hostile to you because you're a tourist.
Yeah.
When they're like, "Why did you find us?
How did
like,
you?
This
Yeah,
is
they're
not
like-
where you're supposed to be. Go outside. Go to the menu that's laminated with pictures because you don't want to read English stuff."
My friend that lives in Rome recommended me at least 3 or 4 of those places. Which, by the way, that was the main thing I did in Rome. My favorite thing about Rome was the food.
Yeah.
Like I only gained like 2 kilos, which in 4 days or in 3 days.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but I could have gained more because my plan was to have like first lunch, second lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
And I didn't manage to do that every day, but like I should have because the food was insane, bro. And
Yeah, but like in holiday, who cares?
yeah, no, but like it was like it was hard because it's pasta. It fills you up really a lot. So I would be like I would have lunch at 12:30. I would be super full. I would walk for like fucking 3 hours.
Yeah, but you burn the calories. That's the other.
Oh yeah,
thing.
calorie wise, I burned it, but in terms of like the space in my stomach, I was like, bro, I cannot eat more.
Yeah.
But it was so fucking good. But yeah, he took me to a lot of places. Or well, he didn't take me. I was actually alone most of the trip because he had to work and shit, which also was quite interesting because I just got to be weird.
I love it. I love it so much. Traveling alone is the best.
Yeah, but like, and people looking at you and you just like, yeah. But no, it was fun. And yeah, food was the main attraction for me. And if I had to do it again, I would do it very different in terms of like more beach, more chilling. I went to the beach yesterday.
Yeah.
Pretty meh because we went to the closest beach.
Yeah.
And it's but it was still
How long does it take?
like an hour from the city center. It was still beautiful. It's still like better than any beach in Germany probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, if I had to do Rome again, I would just beach every day in the morning, like lunch, and then because for example, I never partied once. Oh well, kind of last night we went out till like 2:30. When you texted me good night, I was still out. I was going back.
Yeah, I thought so. I was like,
Yeah, no, I got back home at 3, and I left home at 4 to go to the airport.
whoa.
It was bad, but yeah, like if I had to do it again, I would be like more chilling, just eating and actually having energy to go out. But yeah, it was fun.
Did you manage to sleep on the plane?
Not on the plane as much as on the bus or on the airport.
I love that. That like I can sleep on any public transport. I just passed literally like the plane is still at the gate and I'm out.
Yeah.
I stopped like putting my chair in the decline position because then they have to wake you up.
Yeah,
You just
true.
keep it in the upright. Like I wake up when we touch the runway of the other country.
The thing is, I'm the master of sleeping on any plane that's not Ryanair. I don't know why I can't sleep on Ryanair flights.
That's what I think. This is my real grindset moment here. I think if you can't sleep on any public transport, you're not working hard enough. I think you rest too much. If you're like, oh, I can't sleep on Ryanair, well, then work a little harder.
Who are you to think you can't sleep on a Ryanair?
Yeah, well, you're better than us. You need a cushy seat. Well, you clearly don't earn it.
Yeah.
You really clearly don't have the means.
When Ludwig says grindset unironically,
It's not a grindset. This is a statement. I'll
Yeah.
get this imprinted on my bed sheets.
Oh man.
That I sleep with alone because no woman
You would
takes up with if you are ready for the crisis, you're in. Slide in my DMs, and we.
If you have 15 minutes a day for affection through text,
No, I can manage 20 through text and like 15 through like physical touch. If we meet on public transport, if we meet on the same way commuting to the place that we have to go, if that is the same, I think we can like make this work totally.
Ludwig's dates are commuting in the same direction.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's my life.
Oh man.
And trust me, there's at least 1.5 women out there that are willing to make the sacrifices necessary.
I'm pretty sure there's not 1.5. There's 3 half women.
3 half women, yeah. It's usually like that's the thing with like most girls are like, oh, I love that you found your thing and that you're really passionate, and I'm like, I don't think you really know how much I love it, and there's not gonna be a lot of other things. And then she's like, no, I can totally respect it. And then you're like 3 weeks into seeing each other, and she's like, yeah, when you have time. And I'm like, never. I have no time ever, and that's what I told you.
Yeah. I actually was talking to my friends about it because we were like, I was in Rome like with a lot of old friends, rehashing some of our like wild dating stories and shit like that. And they were like, yeah, and what are you up to now? And I'm like, look, I'm really happy in that I now know what I need in a partner. I have it kind of very clear, like the clearest I've ever had it. On the other hand, I know that shit's gonna take me a while to find. Like that's a very particular kind of thing. Like, dude, fucking like a girl that
Bruno
thinks this is
Bruno likes him young. So okay, I'm joking.
actually no. I feel like
Come on, I was joking.
I like him old. No, you like him old. I'm sorry. I don't want to steal your thing.
That's see, that's not. I like all women above 18.
I like all women above 18. That sounds horny as shit.
I think
all of them.
I think all women are great. Do you disagree, Bruno?
I think all women are special.
Except the ones that kill their kids. I think that's kind of a bummer. Do you know those?
The ones that kill their kids?
The serial killer ones?
No,
you gotta watch some documentaries, man. There's some crazy stuff out there.
To kill your own kids? That sucks, man.
I think that's like at least one of the top 3 bummers of a barbecue.
Bummers of a barbecue.
I think if you come home and
it's burning the steak.
The steaks burn, you run out of crushed ice for the cocktails, and somebody killed their kids. You're like, I mean, that's just bad news all around. Like,
brother, that's the worst barbecue.
I have a hot drink, a burned steak, and a dead kid in my backyard. I mean, now, like, I think I just gotta go home now.
And then they pretend it was an accident. Yeah. Oh, my kid fell in the sausage knife or some shit.
This spiraled quick.
This is a classic barbecue. Dude.
This is the top 3 bombers of a barbecue. Ludwig and Bruno.
Hey, pitch it as a movie, dude. Bummer ass barbecue.
Yeah. This is how the movie starts. It's just where's the crushed ice and the
No. It starts with, man, Ludwig's barbecues always suck, dude. Ludwig's barbecues, there's always something goes wrong. No, and then it can't be worse than last time. Last time there was no, you know, and then
that's bad.
All the kids die.
Not all of them. That would be bad.
And then the one parent who wanted their kid to die, the kid survives.
Yeah, now it's getting to die. Wow, there's a man, like we were recording. There's a man naked on the balcony. Really? Welcome to Europe, everybody. Where? There's a guy. Don't you see it?
No.
You gotta lean over a little bit. That's crazy. Big dog is.
Oh god damn! He's naked.
Is unpacking his furniture for the summer, and he is completely. He is naked. Yes, I saw everything. No, not the pee-pee, but a buttocks.
Yeah, he was quite far. I'm so impressed you caught that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me check my notes. I had some thoughts on tourism and on. Oh yeah, I realized like 90% of the museums in Italy are just rich people that own a lot of shit.
Is that? Is this all privately owned?
Yeah, it was like, yeah, our family is and they have
we donated it for tax purposes.
yeah. They create a foundation.
Yeah, and then they donate.
And then they charge tickets still. And I was like, God, this is like just obnoxiously rich people that own shit. And then like it was funny because every single museum I went to, it was about a family that one of their relatives was Pope at some point.
Yeah.
And when he was Pope, they commissioned a shit ton of art. So they spent all the poor people's money on art.
Yeah.
And then when the guy stopped being Pope, instead of that art being part of the Vatican, the family kept it. And then they created their own museum. So I was like, God, the church is just like... It's just taking poor people's money, spending it on art.
And then keeping the art.
And I was like, holy, like this is...
Literally holy.
Yeah, holy bullshit.
That's
holy trash. I was like, this is like, and then I realized like most things that rich people do, even now, it's just like having way too much money and wasting it on unnecessary shit. It's just back in the day, the unnecessary shit was like at least a little more permanent and a little more pretty. but like it was their equivalent of like Jeff Bezos' super yacht.
Yeah, they didn't have any bigger yachts. They were like, I'll get a whatever the most famous painting you can.
Bro, I went to a like house / castle, whatever.
Yeah.
The fucking room had two, like it was tall as hell, and it had 2 sets of windows, like tall windows.
Yeah.
Basically, they were just trying to flex how big they can make a room. That it had like the window, it had 2 floors of windows.
Yeah.
So you could have fit 2 floors.
Yeah, sometimes that's also like it used to be 2 floors.
No.
They didn't build it like this.
In his story, I was listening to the thing. It was basically just trying to shock people that entered the room to be like, wow, they're so wealthy.
They have no floor between floors.
Yeah, they were like, wow, they can afford 2 sets of windows, dude. Have you like the frescoes that they paint in the thing?
Yeah.
So if you go to the Vatican, they are like beautiful, and they got the little like the actual architecture thing. But in a lot of the museums and houses that I went to, they would paint the thing like there was another layer on top of it. So they would fake. It was already like a super fancy house, it's already super rich. But they would. I'll show Ludwig an example, and I'll put it on the thing. But they would fucking pretend that they had like windows and shit that they didn't have. They would paint it on, basically.
Oh, okay.
They would paint on fake windows. I don't want to turn. They would fake windows. Like, look at this. This is painting. This is not a real window.
Wow,
It's
that's cool though.
It's a nice effect, but when you understand that this is just a rich person, that having a huge mansion with top art is not enough. They have to make the art seem richer.
Yeah.
It's like if I painted a wall here, then made it seem like there's another
Room.
There's another room. It's like, dude, you already have
A room.
a room. Like, stop. Like, and in this case, they're already so rich, and I'm like, dude, this is.
That's my favorite game at the Vatican. It's called Take a Picture of the Ceiling when you're not allowed to take a picture of the ceiling.
Oh, but that was not the Vatican.
I know. But like in the Vatican, they have the 16th chapel, and you walk in and
16
chapel.
I think so. Yeah, 16.
6th.
16, not the 16th. 16 like the Pope.
Okay, whatever. And I don't know. Look it up.
Me neither. I'm looking it up.
I'm pretty sure 16.
Sistine. Yeah.
Sistine.
Yeah, this is the Pope Sistine. Yeah.
Bam.
Sistine Chapel.
I was wondering, like, where are the other 15s? Where are the other 15 chapels?
The 16th chapel.
Yeah, that makes sense because in German, yeah, like, I don't know.
Sistine Chapel.
It's just, 16-ish.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Like,
Yeah,
the
like,
rules are...
no pictures, and there's a bunch of guards, and everyone has their phones out, just ready for them to look away. It's like a test. They look away, and everyone's like, click, 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 and they're like, hey, don't do that. And we're like, okay.
And it was
They look
also...
away, click, 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 click.
It was also like no talking, supposed to be like respect the thing, no talking. Everyone was just like whispering.
Yeah.
And then you could realize, because the entire room of like 100+ people are all whispering at the same time. You could tell, like you could hear just noise all around. And it's like from time to time, the guys would like do shh. Like
And then it was like down, and then it started back up.
Yeah. Like a few times, I mean, I had the luxury of being alone, so I didn't have anyone to talk to. But I had a few times that I just stared someone down, like, shut the fuck up. It was so nice. I would just be like they would, because some people started to talk, like we're talking right now. Didn't even bother whispering.
But who cares?
Man, I was like, shit, I'm trying to meditate on the art, which, by the way, not that no, I'm kidding. It was pretty cool, but
It's crazy.
yeah, I what I liked the most were the sculptures, though, more than the paintings,
I think that's great.
and more than anything, the food, brother.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I was here in Berlin, and let me tell you, me and Paris, friend of ours, went out. We drank, and we went out late. Like, Paris works in nightlife, so he's used to like 4 a.m.s. Let me tell you, your boy was struggling. I was like, also Paris drank his beer so slowly. Like, I was done, and Paris was like, 1/3 in, and I was like, oh God, I will be here forever. And we had a great talk, but then we were both done, and I was like, all right, let's wrap it up. Then Paris was like, you know what? A quick one. I was like, sure. And that's also a problem of mine. Like, I grew up around people that drink a lot. So when someone's like, hey, a quick one, the automatic response I have is like, sure. Because the feeling is so great when someone's like, should we have a beer? And you're like, okay. And I said yes. We got the beer, and we stayed till 4:30. And
At what time did the quick one start?
the quick one started like, I realized that it's 4 midway through the quick one. So we got it at like 3:30. Oh my.
That's a 1 hour quick one. Then this is a slow one. That's a warm one right there.
That was, and no, mine was done. Mine was done like after 10 minutes. And then Paris was like, okay, I think we were heading home now. And I was like, I at some point I looked at my watch and I was like, it's 4 a.m.
That's the thing. Paris is one of those people.
Yeah, for him this was a lunch date.
That was a chill night for him.
Yeah.
He's one of those people that drink alcohol for the substance. Like he also makes great cocktails. By the way.
Yeah, amazing.
But he will have a beer just to maintain the buzz. So he doesn't give a shit that it's like warm. The gas is done.
Yeah. He's
just like,
it's a means.
Yeah.
But well, I think
Yeah, but
Paris is one of the coolest guys, and I love our friendship so much because we're so different.
You're the opposite people.
We're literally the opposite of the spectrum. Paris is like Paris in my day. If you would see it, it probably ends. My day ends when Paris's day starts, and then when Paris goes to bed, I get up. And it's so great because it's
the energy with which you approach everything is the complete opposite.
It's the opposite, but that's what makes it so great and so fun that we talk about this stuff and with these opposite perspectives.
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, man, this was so cool that we went out. And he was like, yeah, this like it's happened like every day. And I was like, really? It's totally new for me. Like this 4 a.m. You crazy goose.
Yeah, no, I could not handle that.
No, this is like I'm always trying to be polite at these times, but like my body is just critically failing me. It's just shutting down. Like my eyes are closing, and I'm like, yeah. No.
It's so interesting.
Oh my God!
Tell me more.
Please, I can't. I have a quick one. Drink it fast.
But so like this was on Friday, right? Or like
that was on Friday.
Yeah. So why did you start at 2? Like where?
At 2?
Like you finished shows together.
Yeah.
And then what time was it? So you finished the late show? Or
we finished the last. That was a gong show. We finished it at, I'd say around probably 1.
Did you beat the gong?
I won, yeah.
Yeah, true. That's the one you won. Yeah, that's cool.
That was nice. $100. Bam.
Ooh,
yeah, that was
nice.
sweet. That's also like right after we got done. I was like, come on, Paris, let's grab a beer on me. Got the money now.
And you were done at 2 a.m. So yeah, you technically only
Yeah. It wasn't too long.
2 hours extra.
Yesterday I biked by Berghain, and I realized that I've been biking by Berghain for like almost a year now.
And you've never...
I never realized it. I looked up and I was like, that's Berghain.
Oh, you didn't even know where it was?
No, I knew. That's the funny.
But you didn't make the connection.
Yeah. Like months ago, I saw like super close to my house, and then I biked past it yesterday night, and I was like, holy shit, that's where it is. Because I was always wondering. I was like, how did I never see it when it's so close?
And a friend of mine that I met in Rome was complaining that he tried to get in and he didn't, and I was like, did you do all the things?
Yeah.
Like, did you get ready for it? And he was like, no. And I was like, then how do you expect to get in?
It is the most difficult club to get in, and you don't prepare. Like,
yeah. This is you either have to
commit 5 hours of your life to get rejected
without preparing, or prepare properly and still probably not get in. So, but yeah, I was just like, yeah, I wanna go to both Kit Kat and Berghain like soon, just to experience the weirdness, because it's so out of my comfort zone that I'm like, fuck it, this must be fun or strange, either way.
Yeah, I don't know. A friend of mine told me that there's like a falafel place in the line.
Then it's my comfort zone already.
And he's like, it's a very important falafel place because you would die if this wasn't there. 5 hours in the queue. You're like, I love myself some falafel right now.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. You don't have to. You can go like better kind. You can go at like 2 p.m. on a Saturday. You know.
Yeah. And then just get in.
I mean, you'll probably get rejected anyway. Like sometimes there's no queue and you still get rejected, which is quite interesting.
That's funny.
But yeah.
Nah, I don't. Like, if I have to queue for something for 5 hours, I'm not going. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, me neither. That's one thing I hate about Berlin nightlife. In Peru, a lot of the nightlife works with, like, lists.
Yeah, that's great. Like, make a list, get me on, and then we're in.
Yeah, and you kind of, before you go to a club, you basically know if you're getting in or not. And that's great, because if you know you can't get in, you don't even bother going.
Yeah.
The problem with Berlin is like you go and you're like, okay, let's try, and we'll wait 2.5 hours. And if we don't get in, we got to rush to another club. And by that time, that queue is too long. And then you end up at a bar and it's like.
That's the bar we went to. Paris told me that's like the notorious bar. If you get rejected at Berghain, you come there. And that's where we had a quick one.
I mean, it's probably a quick one, a 2-hour quick one. Yeah, that's like, it's like you can still have fun, but I feel like it's such a easy way to kill your buzz to like wait for 2-3 hours and then okay.
But it's not a buzz. Like most people I know that go to Berghain take hard drugs. So like they.
Yeah, but they take them inside.
They wait for it, but they like you go in and then. It's worth the wait for them because you wait for 5 hours, but you're gonna spend 40 in there.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I don't party that much. I don't party for.
I party five. If I go crazy, I party for 5 hours, but then I'm done.
Yeah,
like done.
Done.
Just because my playlist isn't that long. If they if you play all the music from 2012 to 2015. You're going to be done in 5 hours. Yeah, and then.
It's only top 20 hits for Ludwig. If it was in the top 25, he's out.
No, I know also the top 25, but you know how it is, man.
No, I feel like I could do a long party once in a while, but.
Oh, yeah. Rarely.
But it just bums me out to be so long in a queue. I'm like, what are we doing here? And also, again, because, I mean, I'm a little bit of a cheap bastard, but for me, like, I like. No, I'm not even a cheap bastard. I just love the vibe of, like, having the pre-drinks. Going in, getting in when you're already like in the mood, and then like just keep it going. But so many times it's more of in Berlin, it's like pre-drink, you lose the buzz, you get to the place, you try to pick it back up.
Yeah.
The queue in the bar is so long, and yeah, no. You can tell we're not party people.
No.
I realized also that when I was in Rome that the church is just religion for people that don't want to read the Bible. It's like the Bible, the audiobook. It's like you're too lazy to read it, so you just go and let someone tell you what it is. Especially the Catholic Church, because
the Catholic Church like don't read it. Like I'll tell you.
Yeah.
No. I'll tell you.
Yeah. Because if you read it, you realize that half of the things that are on the Bible, these cunts are not doing. Because it's like, don't like the meek shall inherit the earth, or like all this stuff about humility, or don't worship false idols, or all these things. And then all they do is take your money and invest it in false idols. They invest
the Pope. Hello, everybody.
Bro, the fucking Vatican is like a monument to wasting money. It's like an insane monument. Because basically what they were trying to do is build something so majestic that it would make people believe in God. But if you believe in God because of a fancy building, you don't believe in God, you believe in money. So the church is just like the complete opposite of the Bible, and they're hoping you don't read it.
Yeah.
They're like literally like, no, listen to me. I'm better at reading than you. You know? Yeah. And I was like, this is wild.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Also, it makes sense because in reality, the origin, like the earlier versions of the who was the first? I forget who it was, but one guy, was it Martin Luther? No, some guy translated the Bible for the first time,
Yeah.
not from Latin, but to like other languages, so people could read it. But for the longest time, the only people that could actually read the Bible were monks because they were
Yeah, educated enough to read
in,
it.
in
Yeah.
Latin. They knew Latin,
Yeah.
so it's like again, it was literally like the Bible, the audiobook, because you couldn't.
You couldn't read it.
You couldn't read it. You just had to trust the guy that was telling you God wants me to fuck your wife.
Yeah.
You know, God wants me to.
Well, I don't think that that's what they said, but
You know, that's why they had to tell priests not like to do their celibacy vows and that stuff. So priests now have to vow that they cannot have sex, they cannot get married or anything like that.
yeah, the Catholic ones.
The Catholic.
Yeah.
Why do you think that was? Because they were slanging dick 24/7, bro.
Oh.
They were the messenger of God. They were like, "Oh, you're coming for confession? You wanna get one quick sin in before you confess?" You know?
That's crazy.
They were getting, dude. They're causing conflict because they were fucking everyone. Because they were the messenger of God, dude. And again, there was no like double checking. There was no, let me check. I also know Latin.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't say his cum is holy.
Oh,
No,
Jesus.
it was like, it was one dude would rock up with a fancy robe.
I'd be like, "What's up?"
He would be like, "What's up, bitches?"
Oh God,
And
this is so
then-
gross. If the Catholic Church wants to murder anybody on this podcast, please. I don't read. I don't know how to read.
Yeah, I'm agnostic, brother. But I just found it hilarious.
That's very funny. Yeah, talking about big buildings, I that make you believe in God. I recently was in one that made me lose my belief in God.
Did you go to Berghain?
No, the for the first time. Sorry, we can go back to the thing in a second. I recently did a festival this weekend, and I played my first theater. Yes.
You're up for that dog.
If you want to know how this experience was, you go into a room, you close the door, turn off the lights, and yell into a flashlight. That was just like 100 people in a 500 seater. It was rough. It was still fun, but that was one of those moments where you do something and you're like, yeah, that's not how I thought this was gonna go. Like
Yeah.
it's good. Like it's a good experience, a good training thing, but yeah, that was crazy. Like,
Were you just performing your act, or did you feel a connection to the audience? That was
I
there?
tried to, but it's a completely different thing. Like you have like you can't fathom it. Like the thing you play into, like like you can't like comprehend it. You can't anticipate it because if you play big rooms, the biggest ones we have, like Cosmic here in Berlin.
I mean, we've played Soundproof to 180, no?
Yeah, nothing, man, nothing. It feels like this.
It's like well, it's
Soundproof feels like this. The room we're in compared to what I played.
yeah, it was like a third of.
Oh, and trust me, the thing is the ceiling height is also the difference. Like this thing also, like, it was not only rows, it also had a balcony. So that thing was huge.
The maximum capacity was 500.
I think honestly, I think it was more. I think it's probably more than like more 800 or something. It was so crazy. And you go in, like you go up and then you play there and you realize how slow you have to talk. Like your tight 15 is a tight 25 to 30 in a theater. Just because it takes so long for the sound to travel. You say something and then they laugh,
Man.
and then the laughter rolls, and then you go, like, it's not like what we're used to where the momentum just stops. You hit them with the punchline, like ha. It's more like ha.
But maybe that makes it easier to ride the momentum, no? Or no?
Oh, it makes definitely easier to ride the momentum.
Okay, because yeah, it's fine. Sometimes I feel like it's like haha, and you are like, should I talk now? Or now? You should technically talk when it's already coming down a little bit, but sometimes by the time it's coming down a little bit, you took too long and it already
Plummeted, yeah.
so but yeah, I'm not, well, I mean, it'll be nice, but I'm very much looking forward to the stage of like 200-seater clubs way more than I am like theaters.
It's so like it's crazy how different it is. I assumed it was just another thing, but it's like it almost felt like you're starting over. Like your act is so different.
Oh.
It's like because in clubs you can. It feels like there's more pressure in the room. The tension is higher. Like the way you talk and the way the people react, it feels due to the low ceilings very condensed. It's very much like a back and forth, like a tennis match. But with the high ceilings, it's like you're constantly not playing like top spin across the net, but like these incredibly high.
It's
like
it's like a long. It's less like like a club is like table tennis, and this is
Exactly.
like tennis.
Yeah, it takes so much longer for the ball to travel.
Yeah. Wow.
It's so cool though. It's so cool to do it. Also, what you realize is how long it takes you to get to the mic. When you go, dude, you go for a walk. You go for a stroll.
Remember when we did that? That also it was kind of a theater, but it was also quite empty. The college gig.
Yeah, that was similar.
Yeah, that was also. I was like fucking jogging to get.
That's what I felt like. I was because I saw the first guy went on. And he went almost for like a mild jog. And I was like, okay, I can't do that because that looks like I'm so not confident to walk out.
Yeah.
You gotta like stroll out. You gotta be like, yo, this just.
Keep clapping, host.
Yeah, no, all good. I'll take my time. Don't worry. If you don't want to clap anymore, that's fine as well. But if you come up like a Rocky cutscene, hello everybody. And then you rush out and you're needy for the laugh. Whoa.
And that's fucking horrible because I love to start my set like, dude, I woo before I grab the microphone every single time. Not every single time, but I'm usually like, let's go.
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine as well. Like all that shit works as well.
But the problem is you're walking, and then you're like,
then you can't. If you want to open like that, don't walk. Like you gotta be jogging.
Yeah. So I'm like, this, even that kind of stuff you need to.
It's so funny because like there was a monitor backstage, and I saw the first guy just walk, and then like after like 2 seconds he was still walking, and I was like, oh my god, this guy is still on the go.
And did you manage to like take up the space of the stage? Because that's the other thing that I'm still not good at, like using the entire space of the stage.
No, I didn't. I did. I also only had 5.
Uh,
So I just focused on doing the jokes, trying to connect with them. But I think, like, I talked to a girl backstage that took the pictures, and she was like, put the mic stand on the other side because most people put it on the wrong side and it was in the shot.
yeah.
She was like, put it behind you. And I was like, should I put it like way too far away from me? And she was like, that would be funny to just, you go up and then you just start walking again. And then you start walking back. You're commuting for 1 minute out of your 5-minute set.
Commuting.
It's so funny.
You could have hummed the elevator music while you walked.
They should have one of these golf carts from the airport drop you off in the middle of the stage. It takes. I can't fathom how long it takes. If you play an arena.
That's how you're gonna open your first theater special, please.
Like, did you see me commute here?
No, get dropped off by a golf cart. Actually, like have someone drive a golf cart, and you're sitting in the back, and you just jump down.
This is so fun because that's what it feels like. But I think the closest is the college gig we played when it's like the college gig was even worse because you had to walk up the stairs in front of the audience.
Yeah,
and it was a pretty high stage, so you walk up and then you walk across. And you just like you're on there forever. Like it's like you see a parkour before like you.
Yeah, I like soundproofed because there's the curtain.
You're quick. Yeah, you're entering middle of the stage.
Yeah.
Hello everybody.
Yeah,
Bam,
you're straight up. Only if the host takes 20 minutes to leave the stage.
Yeah,
this has become a little weird, but
I think the overall that's the best way to enter
a curtain, and you can see it in like specials for like good venues.
Yeah, I would like to drop from the ceiling on like two games. Hello everybody.
Oh man,
just do weird entrances.
That's sick. Actually, somebody brings out a casket, and then you emerge from the casket just like.
No, that's gross. I don't want to do that.
Why not a casket?
That's
or. You get A carpet rolls out and you're in the carpet.
That's funny. Yeah. Hello.
And then you're like, actually, I'm a little dizzy.
Yeah. Open your 1 hour taping. Incredibly dizzy and disoriented. Yes, that's what I would like.
Oh man, you get a dude rocks up like bikes across the stage with a string attached, and then you're with skis, just like.
That's cool. Yeah. I think there's way. Like,
we should note these down, didn't we?
Yeah. There's really funny ways to enter the room.
Yeah. And then I'm also like, there's great ways to exit as well. Like there's good, like I really like how they do it in the US where they're like, thank you. And then they stick around for a little bit and then they're like, because we don't bring each other up too often in shows in Berlin. It's usually the host. And I feel like American comics are way better at like closing their set, making it known that their set is closed, and then bringing someone else up, you know?
What do you mean? Like, for example, like someone closing the show or just their set?
Their set. So what do you do when you have to bring someone else up? You're like, hey, that's been me. Thank you very much. People clap, and then you bring someone else up, right?
In the US, they let it die. They let it die down first. They're like, thank you so much, guys. Woo!
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for the next comedian that's coming on stage? What we're doing is we're riding the last laugh into the thank you, keeping the momentum, bringing the next guy up.
Yeah.
And it's too smooth. Like there should be a clear reset.
There should be like let them clap for you.
Yeah.
And
then clap for the next comedian.
Exactly.
It should be a different clap.
And I feel like, sometimes they're like, they're not sure if we're leaving or not, you know, until we introduce the next comedian.
Yeah, we're talking over the laughter and the cheering.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just a strange observation. Gesundheit.
I think we got it, no?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we're out of steam, guys. We finally figured out how to open our theater shows once we started selling out these open mic shows.
So next week, what's up?
Next week, we
send this to your cousin, send this to your sister, send this to your other cousin, send this to your everyone, so we can sell out some theaters and we can rock up in skis. Okay.
Oh, I would love to rock up in skis. Just get pulled like wakeboard on stage. Out of the crowd. Like they pull you. Like there was a long corridor at the theater last night.
Oh,
if you just wakeboard down the corridor on the stage.
You know those like plastic thing with like
slip and slide.
A slip and you just
and then because usually like these things are like downward sloping, and then at the end you're so fast that you just like overshoot into the stage and the curtain.
Yeah,
it's like boom.
Oh. In that, dude, it like, you know how like these theaters have like a hallway in the middle.
Yeah.
So the hallway, people are like, why is there water in the hallway? They're like, what's going on? And then the music starts playing,
and you slip and slide on stage.
Backflip, land the backflip like this dude right there.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and they're like, what's up, everybody?
But like the problem with that is you're soaking wet or naked once you land on stage. It's a Bert Kreischer entrance.
Oh hell yeah! And then
Bert Kreischer, if you want to do the entrance, slip and slide, please mention us.
I'll open for you. Let me open for you.
Come on now.
Yeah, let's go. But dude, you slip and slide shirtless, then you start. What's up, everybody? You take a towel, you dry yourself off, do a joke about the towel.
Like everything's wet. Have you ever done a slip and slide?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're drenched. Like there's no you slipping in
but
pens.
Chill. Come on, baby. You got the swim trunks.
So you perform in swim trunks.
Yeah, no. This is, come on. You gotta be a performer right now. So look, swim trunks and shirtless, right? You slip and slide, backflip, land, grab a towel from the mic stand.
Yeah.
Dry yourself off, put on a t-shirt while you're performing, then tie up the towel. You know how you tie it up.
Yeah.
Take off the thing, put on all of this while you're performing jokes.
What are you doing, bro?
The first
Bruno's also prop comic.
the first 5 minutes of your set should be you getting ready to perform.
Yeah, that could be funny.
That could be amazing, dude. Just the fact
But
that
honestly, don't even address it. Just
Yeah, no,
do it. Like, oh
you
yeah,
just
so
started.
how you guys doing over there? And then you drop the towel and you flash 500 people, and you're instantly arrested.
Nah.
Well, at that point, you're on. This is the thing. I think if you want to flash people, you should be on stage because that's probably the only way you get away with
it's
it.
a performance.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh man, this Bruno's act was intense, but he really went for it."
Yeah, it's a creative, you know.
It's a creative endeavor. It really is expression of him.
Yeah, fair. So
Beautiful,
slip and
guys. There's going to be a
slide.
lot of new entrances around the Berlin scene within the next couple of weeks. If you are around,
Let's try it though.
check. I'll do some new entrances.
Yeah.
We don't try this enough.
No, we
I'll
need to
wait.
be-
I'll wakeboard on stage, and
I'll do a little jump.
we'll do a slip and slide.
Do a little jump. You know, I like it when I say goodbye in weird ways too.
How do you say goodbye?
Sometimes I'm like, you've been awesome, I've been horny, or you've been amazing, I've been a great listener. You've been lit, I've been a weirdo. You know.
Okay, yeah.
So those are cutesy ways, but I think I want to be even like more unique. I think it's nice to be like, you've been awesome, I've been Bruno. It's just like a way to remind them of your name as well. But I don't know, like having these particular goodbyes of like, hey, thank you guys so much. You've been amazing. Don't be creepy. Don't stalk me on Instagram or something like that. You know, like just something a little weird.
Yeah.
Not even a joke. Just a.
Could be. I love the classic exit though. When you do well, big laugh at the end. You're like, thank you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys. Have a good night.
And you can see them like, no, don't leave. And
Oh, it's the best.
you're like,
It's the best.
oh, but I have to.
Yeah. if the host would let me go on longer, I would love to stay with you guys because hey, you guys are awesome.
Yeah, and the crowd is like, but baby, it's cold outside. You're like, I really can't stay.
Yeah,
But baby, it's cold.
I have to go.
Oh, but it's cold.
Guys,
now.
we've tried to end the episode 5 times. This is it. Last time. Goodbye.